My name is Michael Hallner, and I'm a licensed real estate salesperson with Buzz Realty. In 1956, my grandfather built with his own two hands the home I now have the privilege of raising my family in. I've been your neighbor in the Crestwood neighborhood of Albany for about 4 years now, and I've been studying the market in this area ever since we became homeowners. This video is going to give you an insight into the market in the last 90 days. Now, when you're ready to sell your property, I would love the opportunity to represent you as the seller, help you market your property, and get as many offers as possible. In order to get as many offers as possible, we need to make sure we're priced right for the condition and the size of the home. Additionally, we need to give your home as much exposure as possible. That's partially why I chose Buzz Realty. They're a member of 3 different MLS boards: New York State MLS, One Key MLS, and Brooklyn MLS. And that's going to give you a very wide reach for buyers locally, out of the city, nationally, and globally. Now, when you're ready to sell your property, just reach out to me. I'll put together a custom report for you and your property. And if you're okay with selling at the price that I think your home will possibly sell for, and you don't already have a preferred agent, I can have your property listed and actively marketed in the amount of time it takes for me to walk across the street and for you to let me in. Now, if you're watching this and you live in Albany, Schenectady, Saratoga, or Rensselaer counties, and you'd like to see a report on your neighborhood, reach out to me. I'd love to do more of these videos. Now, in the Crestwood neighborhood, there was 8 homes sold in the last 90 days. The average price of a 1-story home is $203 a square foot. The average price of a 2-story home is $134 a square foot. The average number of days from listing to contract is 18 days. And the average number of days from listing to close is 75 days. 452 Hackett is a 2,200 square foot 2-story home that was listed at $155 a square foot and sold for $139 a square foot. The number of days from list to contract was 32. The number of days from list to close was 76. 403 Hackett is roughly a 1,300 square foot 1-story home that was listed at $200 a square foot and sold for $190 a square foot. The number of days from list to contract was 62. The number of days from list to close was 138. 25 Westford Street is roughly a 1,300 square foot 2-story home that was listed at $144 a square foot and sold for $141 a square foot. Number of days from list to contract was 6. Number of days from list to close was 85. 4 Teacup Circle is roughly a 1,300 square foot 1-story home that was listed at $188 a square foot and sold for $211 a square foot. The number of days from list to contract was 7 days. The number of days from list to close was 54. 37 Westford Street is roughly a 2,700 square foot 2-story home that was listed at $124 a square foot and sold for $128 a square foot. Number of days from list to contract was 5. Number of days from list to close was 58. 409 Hackett is roughly an 1,800 square foot 2-story home that was listed at $123 a square foot and sold for $128 a square foot. Number of days from list to contract is 4. Number of days from list to close is 50. 24 Westford Street is roughly a 1,200 square foot 1-story home that was listed at $209 a square foot and sold at $203 a square foot. Number of days from list to contract was 8. Number of days from list to close was 65. 2A Maxwell looks like it was sold off the market and sold for $208 a square foot. Now we're going to look at the properties that are pending and still waiting to close. 31 Maxwell Street is roughly a 2,900 square foot 2-story home. It was listed and went pending at the same price of $103 a square foot. The number of days from list to contract is 12. 25 Maxwell Street is roughly a 1,300 square foot 1-story home that stopped at $167 a square foot. The number of days from list to contract is 21. 311 Hackett is roughly a 1,900 square foot 2-story home and went pending at $91 a square foot. The number of days from list to contract is 21. 14 Burncliffe is roughly a 1,900 square foot 2-story home that was listed at $166 a square foot and is now pending at $151 a square foot. The number of days from list to contract is 75. 22 Bancroft Street is roughly a 1,700 square foot 2-story home that was listed at $153 a square foot and is now pending at $142 a square foot. The number of days from list to contract is 99. Now let's look at some homes that are on the market right now. 16 Home Avenue is roughly a 1,400 square foot 2-story home that is listed at $195 a square foot. 3 Collins Place is roughly a 1,200 square foot 1-story home that is listed at $196 a square foot. Now, the information in this video is for informational purposes only. Each house is going to be unique and each situation is going to be different. If you thought this information was helpful, please subscribe to the channel, Share it with all your friends, family, co-workers. Check me out on Instagram and Facebook. And when you're ready to move, I'd love the opportunity to come out and help you out.